Recently, we've had a lot transpire in the Black Clover manga, with the invasion by the Spade Kingdom, the attacks by the Dark Triad leaving Yuno and his fellow Golden Dawn members clinging to life, and now coming face to face with the devil Megicula via his possessor Vanica, and possibly even other stronger demons with Dante, who, by the way, has some devilish good looks. Today I'll be theorizing what could happen in the future of this demon war arc, and focusing on how Yuno will actually leave the Clover Kingdom on a journey to become stronger and return to defeat Dante and his demon. That's right, Asta could actually take a back seat in this arc. Now don't get me wrong, he'll definitely help in the fight against the Dark Triad, but Yuno will be the main character here. I'll also be detailing some of the symbolism behind the Spade Kingdom and found in literature that have influenced the author of Black Clover and really solidify this theory. So without further ado, let's open our grimoires to page 1 and get started. Yuno returns to Haji village after being called back by Sister Lily and finds out from a man named Ralph that he is actually a prince of Spade Kingdom. Ralph shows Yuno his past and tells him how the Grinbarial royal family, his parents, were ousted by a group called the Dark Triad. Shortly after hearing this, Yuno returns to the Golden Dawn headquarters to find his comrades slaughtered by Zenon of the Dark Triad. In a fit of rage, he battles Zenon and is absolutely floored by his devil-boosted magic, being impaled by a bone sword and left for dead. After William Vengeance heals some of the Magic Knights and Yuno with his World Tree magic, Yuno breaks his composure for a second time and we see him completely unhinged. He's furious at himself for not being strong enough. If only he was, his comrades might still be alive. This will serve as his motivation to become stronger. Before we continue, if you guys like Black Clover content and want to see more, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Also, comment your best theories about Yuno's future and this demon war arc down below, and once this video has been up for 24 hours, I will pin the very best one, so make it count. Yuno will not only leave the Clover Kingdom so he can become stronger and defeat the Dark Triad for what they've done, he will specifically go after their leader, Dante. Now you may be wondering, why not just fight Zenon? After all, he's the one who attacked the Golden Dawn headquarters, and why not just have Asta fight Dante with normal plot armor since he's the main character? Well, that's because Dante is a king, hence that dope crown. To better understand this, let's consult another king, the Wizard King. Julius describes Spade Kingdom as a vast frigid land shrouded in mysteries that is served by ancient evils which are attempting to gain power, aka Megicula and his friends. Yes, there are other devils which we'll discuss later. The four kingdoms are of course based on the suits of playing cards. The spade suit traditionally represents death, old age, and of the four seasons, winter, which is in line with what Julius says about their harsh conditions. Fun fact, the king, queen, and jack of spades are all looking away from their suit, which represents death, and in particular, the king is looking towards his sword, or war. These three court cards are reflected in Dante, Vanica, and Zenon, the three members of the Dark Triad, who all looked away and betrayed their kingdom and now focus on war, neglecting their own people, as the Spade Kingdom's new military even killed their own citizens to power the magic fortress Candero and pursue this conquest. The tyrannical king or dying king archetype often found in literature is represented by the Spade Kingdom here. Lord of the Rings fans will already see the parallels between Black Clover and the fantasy epic, which unsurprisingly was one of author Yuki Tabata's inspiration for the series. King Theoden is shown aged and dying with his kingdom crumbling, and is actually being controlled by his chief advisor Grima Wormtongue, who is secretly being employed by the evil wizard Saruman. Here, the Grinbarial royal family, instead of slowly dying and seeing their kingdom become corrupted, are just plain killed off by the Dark Triad, who are actually working with devils like Megicula. You could also think of it as Scar killing Mufasa in Lion King and then exiling Simba, a story of course based on Shakespeare's Hamlet, which, like the main character, is exactly where Yuno is sent, a hamlet, the small village of Haji where he is raised from infancy outside of his rightful kingdom. So Yuno will have to become stronger and return to defeat the Tyrant King. But how exactly is Dante a king? As the Wizard King noted, the Spade Kingdom is a country that is controlled by a great ancient evil, and probably the devil Megicula. But there's reason to believe a lot more demons than just him reside there. When battling Yuno, Zenon goes 55% power with his own devil that is clearly different in appearance from Megicula. The horns that sprout from its head and Zenon's when he activates his bone magic are curving away from the head, unlike Megicula's who are curved back like those of a sheep or ram. In the latest chapter of the manga, Dante uses a spell called Gravity Magic Presence of the Demon King, furthering my suspicion that the Spade Kingdom is being controlled by more than just one devil, since this clearly denotes a hierarchy among the demons. This Demon King is probably more powerful than Megicula or Zenon's devil, and is the true Tyrant King ruling the Spade Kingdom from the shadows and possessing Dante. Thus, it will be Yuno's job to defeat Dante and his Demon King to reclaim his rightful place on the Spade throne. Dante's character is, of course, a reference to the 13th century poet Dante Alighieri, who wrote the Divine Comedy, detailing a journey through hell to get to heaven and achieve salvation. Yuno must go through a hellish training to become stronger and achieve salvation in the form of saving his people from the Dark Triad. This is why it must be Yuno who fights Dante and takes that crown off his head. The prince must reclaim his kingdom and establish the true virtues of the Spade suit: wisdom, transformation, and acceptance. But this special training to defeat Dante will not be easy. I mean, if you think about it, it kinda has to be like hell, since Yuno needs to defeat a devil. Perhaps even more if Asta and Noel somehow haven't defeated Megicula first. Regardless of who or what devils Yuno has to fight, it will force him to leave the Clover Kingdom for a while, and perhaps by the end of the story, forever. So given all this, what exactly does this hellish training consist of? Just as Hamlet or Simba had to leave and then return, Yuno will as well, and we must return to the beginning of this video with a simple man named Ralph. Ralph informs Yuno that he is the Spade Kingdom's last hope, and talks about how much he looks like his parents, and then focuses on his necklace. This magic stone that Yuno received as a baby from Ralph's father was from the strong magic region, which is where Yuno must go to train. It is within these harsh mana conditions bordering his rightful Spade Kingdom that is most fitting for Yuno's exile and transformation. Perhaps by going to the strong magic region and back to his roots with the magic stone, he can unlock secrets and spells to become powerful enough to defeat the Dark Triad. This magic region is also close enough to the Spade Kingdom to possibly be influenced by the ancient evils and devils that reside there. Since we know there is a hierarchy of power to the demons as there's a Demon King, and it's been stated that Megicula is actually stronger than the Kotodama demon which attacked Clover Kingdom, Yuno could potentially be facing minor demons to build up his power and become stronger than a Stage 0 mage. After all is said and done, Yuno might be leaving the Clover Kingdom for good to become the Spade King, which is actually a very interesting way of going around the plot armor Asta is the main character so he'll become the Wizard King. To recap, Yuno will leave Clover Kingdom on a perilous journey alone to become more powerful in the strong magic region, and will return to face Dante and the Demon King, thus reclaiming his Spade Kingdom. It's clear that the Dark Triad are designed to have fights with the three major characters, Asta, Yuno, and Noel. Noel, along with Princess Lolopechika of the Heart Kingdom, will fight Vanica since she's possessed by Megicula, who was the devil that cursed the princess and Noel's mother. Asta is interesting here, because he might in fact fight Dante since we saw him rush out at the end of the last chapter, but I believe he won't be victorious in this round, and Dante may even capture Captain Yami when he returns to the hideout, since he wants to eliminate anyone with dark magic that could potentially interfere with his devil magic. Captain Yami is also an arcane stage mage according to Dante, whatever that means, so we know he'll be important in this arc, and Dante, who's trying to find all these people, likely won't go down in his first fight against one of our main characters. This is why it's up to Yuno to get stronger and to defeat Dante, and Asta will actually take on Zenon in the conclusion of this arc. Even if they fight them side by side, Yuno will be the one to eliminate Dante. And after all this is over, Yuno's future will be up in the air since the Spade Kingdom needs their rightful king. Also, after King Theoden was introduced in Lord of the Rings, the following book was called The Return of the King, so maybe after this Demon War arc, it will be The Return of Yuno to Spade Kingdom. Just saying. What do you guys see happening in this Demon War arc? Could we actually lose some members of the Black Bulls to Dante's magic? That would be very tragic, and I hope we don't. But how will our heroes become stronger to fight the Dark Triad? Because we know this is going to be a tough war. Be sure to join Narrow's Nest by subscribing so you never miss a video and a new spell for your grimoire. And please don't forget to comment your best Yuno theories below to get pinned. I look forward to reading them all. As always, I really appreciate the support. Let me know what Black Clover videos you guys want to see next. And until next time, Magic Knights, hasta la vista, baby.